All right, if you are considering a metal roof, these next few minutes are for you. Before you go making that big purchase, what if I told you you could get years upon years of life added to the life of that existing asphalt roof that you have right now? I'm talking about saving you thousands of dollars. Well, let's thank the Lord that you have signed in right here or watched Roofing Explained with no other than Mr. Mike Feazel. We're going to try to show you exactly how you can do that here on this episode. Mike, thank you so much for joining us. Roof Maxx can save that asphalt roof. Is that what you're telling me?
Possibly.
Okay, possibly.
Possibly.
All right.
Yeah. We're it's not magic.
All right.
So any roof, we need to go out and assess the roof, do a rooftop assessment to see, does a roof qualify for our treatment? And more than not, they do.
All right.
But we have to make sure there's enough granules on that roof, the protective coating. If it's not, if it's a problematic roof for the last 10 years, 15 years, you've had the home in that roof, and it's blowing off in high winds, and you've had numerous different leaks at different times. It was just a poorly installed roof. We don't suggest Roof Maxx. If you've had a roof that has been a properly functioning roof, it's just nearing end of life, or what you may even believe to be at end of life.
Yeah.
Our oil, our treatment is able to bring that roof back to life by reinstalling or we apply a plant-based oil that soaks down in the shingle and replaces lost petrochemical oil. We restore the waterproofing protection, we restore the flexibility. We pass the same flexibility testing required of a brand new roof, and that's done in laboratory studies. And we've done this, nearly 100,000 times now nationwide.
And this is a fraction of the cost of getting a new roof, especially a fraction of the cost of getting a new metal roof.
So let's talk about metal roofs, and I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of metal roofs.
Okay.
My last home that I built, I put a metal roof on it.
All right.
So a standing seam metal roof. So metal roof, if you're long-term in a property, really long-term, then you get the return on investment because they are very expensive. But it is truly the only lifetime roof. I would put it up there with slate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's a bulletproof roof.
But if I'm right now and I'm looking at a metal roof only because I'm going to call it wear and tear on my current roof. Good, so does solid wear and tear. My roof is getting a little bit older, and now I'm looking at something where metal is an option that's for me. Are you saying that with Roof Maxx and this rejuvenation process, I can add years of life back to what I currently have on top of my home?
Yeah, there's so many roofs being torn off and taken to the landfill that we can add easily 5 years, one treatment. We guarantee flexibility for 5 years. Come back, look at it in 5 years, treat it again, take it out 10 years. We're already treating roofs now for a second time. Mm-hmm. We've been in business less than a decade. And in 10 years, we will be treating roofs for a third time. And most roofs won't go for a third treatment, but if we're getting to them early enough, we can take them out 15 years and double the life of a roof. So, but in the situation for a metal roof, let's say, they're extremely expensive. And where Roof Maxx would make sense, if you've already saved up the money and you're ready for a metal roof, forget Roof Maxx, go get your metal roof. Yeah. We can talk about metal roofs and what makes sense and what doesn't, and there's a lot of different solutions out there, different solutions. But if you're trying to still save up for that metal roof, then Roof Maxx can get you another 5 years, protect the home while you're waiting to save up for that metal roof. If you're trying to buy a little bit of time, Roof Maxx would be a great solution.
Well, let's talk about that cost then. The average, what is it, 20,000? I don't know what the average is. Maybe it's 17,000, 18,000 is the average.
Call it 20 for an asphalt shingle.
Okay, for an asphalt shingle roof?
Yeah.
What's the price difference between that asphalt shingle and the metal roof that somebody's going to get at that same size home?
It can be 30 to 100.
Wow.
Okay, because there's all different types of metal.
Okay.
Right? You've got, think about the old barn metal where the fasteners actually go through it. Right? They call it, there's a number of different names, C-crimp, and there's a number of different names for it. But anyway, and that would be the least expensive. You see a lot of it down in Florida. Mm-hmm. I think it's a nice looking roof. And it has exposed fasteners, but it's bulletproof. And just other than a little bit of maintenance on the fasteners, that's it. Then you can get into standing seam, which is a higher grade of that. That's what I installed on my home. That can be expensive. There's cheaper grades of standing seam because of the coating. Siliconized polyester. If you've ever seen a metal roof that's very faded looking, okay, that's a cheap coating.
Got it.
And Kynar 500, Kynar 5000 is a very high-end coating that gives you a very high-end warranty, against fading for a number of years. Then you get into stone-coated steel that's stamped to look like shingles, and tile and wood shakes, right? So again, there's all kinds of different flavors and styles. And so a great place to go for metal roofing is metalroofing.com.
All right. Well,
yeah, that's the Metal Roofing Alliance.
got it.
On the Metal Roofing Alliance, you can go in and find a Metal Roofing Alliance member in your area. I do suggest, we don't do metal roofing, right? It's a specialty. So find a contractor that, I wouldn't just find a standard contractor that also does metal.
I think that's a great piece of advice, but you mentioned stone-coated steel, that kind of stuff. This stuff is expensive.
It's expensive, and companies that are installing standing seam and standard metal may or may not do stone-coated steel. Many of the stone-coated steel contractors only install stone-coated steel.
Yeah, another part of it is some contractors that do shingle won't do metal, or they say they do a metal roof, but maybe they do one once or twice a month. They find a crew from somebody else. You've really got to be careful with this if a homeowner is considering.
They're not experts. They don't even know the difference between siliconized polyester and Kynar 500 or Kynar 5000.
Yes.
Right? So they don't know the fine details, the intricacies of that specific trade that can get that customer in trouble. It's not that they're maybe even trying to take advantage, but like most contractors, they go out and they buy the cheapest product, and that's what they're going to sell because they have a competition. They're being competitive. We don't build roofs, and I never have been in business to be competitive. I go in and build the roof to do what I know works, educate the customer on that, do whatever that bare minimum is that we're willing to do. And at this point in our business, we only install premium roofing systems.
Yes.
I don't want builder grade roofs. There's too many problems with it. But when I first started in business, I was trying to be competitive, and it was all about price. And I realized very quickly you can't get the best labor and put on the best roofing systems without a price. So you take your cost, you do your markup. It's very simple. And so the Metal Roofing Alliance is a great resource for not just contractors, but also education.
Yeah, that's one thing you just mentioned right there, education. And I think that a homeowner needs to educate themselves on the number of roofs that contractor, metal roofs that contractor has done. Ask the question, is this something you do every day? Is this something you just have on your website so that you can say that you do it? There are a lot of contractors that fall within that boat. And now, I love your honesty. Metal roofs aren't something that you do, but they're a great roof.
It's the best. It's the best roof.
It's the best. But in order to pay for the best, you got to have the money ready. You got to have you're talking about financing something like that. You may not be prepared for it. If somebody is looking at that asphalt roof and like, man, I wish I could get a few more years out of this thing, but they've worked with a contractor that didn't offer rejuvenation or a restoration process to that roof. How do they get in touch with someone like a Roof Maxx dealer who can come out there and look at that roof, examine it, like you said, and see if they qualify for this roof rejuvenation process?
Yeah, just go to roofmax.com and you can fill out a form on our website or call 800 Roof Maxx, and one of our representatives will point you in the right direction.
Man, I think that's so easy. And there's hundreds of these across the country, right?
Yeah, we're over 400 now.
Over 400. So if you are considering that metal roof, as Mike said, great roof, great choice on your part, but maybe you're not ready to quite pull that trigger yet, you simply go over to roofmax.com, find a dealer right there. They'll come out there, they'll give you an assessment of your home, and maybe we can go ahead and extend the life of that roof there for you, save up a little bit of money, and then when the time is right, get that exceptional metal roof for your home. Steel coating, whatever you want to do, standing seam, it'll be a great choice, and it'll be a lifetime roof for you. Head over to roofmax.com, man. I love it.
And Metal Roofing Alliance.
And Metal Roofing Alliance. Head on over there, okay, if you want to check out which one is right for you.
Great education.
Point you in the right direction, give you that education. We'll see you next time here on Roofing Explained, everybody. Thanks so much, Mike.
Yeah, thank you.